Just going to wait another couple of seconds for people to join. But yeah, thank you all for joining the webinar on the Materials Benchmarks 2023 results. And as a reminder, this session is going to be recorded and shared after. We have actually only got 40 minutes today, so we are going to go through things quite quickly. If you have any questions, please let us know. But yeah, so on to the content of today's webinar. So this is what we like to cover. So quickly, just an introduction. I'm briefly going to touch upon what the materials benchmark is. And then we're going to do a bit more of a deeper dive into the overview of the 2023 results, and then hopefully have some time for Q&A at the end. So here is the wonderful team, the dream team, the materials benchmark team. We're all on the call today, apart from Prina, who's on leave. Look, they're all putting their cameras on. But yes, if you haven't met us yet, please reach out to us. We're here. So just very quickly for maybe some of the newer people, just who we are, the materials benchmark. We are a peer-to-peer comparative tracking for your fibers and raw materials for the industry. So we have brands and retailers and suppliers and manufacturers. So we really help them track and measure the uptake and then work on their impacts of their raw materials. And we have set up a comprehensive sort of best practice framework for them to report against. If we look at the materials benchmark, so this is essentially the data that we collect. The materials benchmark framework is broken down into 3 sections: business integration and circular economy, materials portfolio, which is the core of the benchmark program, and then for 2023 there was a new section, and that was impact areas. So here is an overview of the results from this year. So we actually had another record year. So the 2023, we had over 394 companies represented. We had 21 new participants and a retention rate of 83%. If we're looking at the distribution, predominantly European brands take part, followed by the Americas. And our largest market is the apparel and footwear at 69%. The bottom left box, that is the percentage of 37% of the participants are members of the Sustainable Cotton Challenge, 31% are the recycled polyester, and then 38% of we have shared members with the Sustainable Apparel Coalition brand and retailer module. And the fashion pact represents 27% of our community. This year, there have been some changes in the scoring. So in 2023, we made the decision to review and update the scoring methodology. The reason being that it hadn't been updated since 2019, and there was the need for almost more aggressive action to meet the 2030 goals. This has reflected in the outcomes. So if you look at the banding distribution at the bottom, last year we actually had nearly 40 MCI level 4s, and this year we only have 6. So it's very much shifted the distribution. Predominantly brands are sitting in the level 2 and 3, with some even at level 1 this year. And again, last year we didn't have anyone at a level 1. Just something to also note, in the benchmark community, we did have a record number of suppliers, and we had 52 take part this year. So yeah, that was another good achievement for the program. So all of the information that we collect from April to June feeds into all of these results. And just a huge thank you to Max and Yin, who have, they're amazing, who help us with all of our data analytics. Yeah, essentially all of the data feeds into the confidential scorecard, Climate Plus dashboard, the material change index, the challenges dashboard, and then the benchmark report. The other partnership that we have is with the Fashion Pact. We won't go cover that today, but we have a partnership where we report on their 3 pillars, which is biodiversity, oceans, and I've forgotten the other one, climate, I think. So we will look at all of these in details, and I'm going to hand over to Chiara on the confidential scorecard.
Thanks, Ailey. Hi, everyone. Yeah, for those who don't know me, I'm Chiara and I'm benchmark manager. And we're going to have a look at the first of the materials benchmark results, which is the confidential scorecard, which is available for both brands and retailers and suppliers and manufacturers. The confidential scorecard has always been an output of the materials benchmark since the start of the program, basically. But I'm really proud to say that we have worked a lot this year to redesign, restructure the scorecard to better analyze the data and provide clear insights on the overall result. Each section completed by the companies and each priority materials reported. The confidential scorecard provides participants with an analysis of their benchmark performance compared with sector and subsector, and provides an overview of the progress to preferred year on year. It is important to mention that it's an individual result. This means that each company will see their answer, data provided, compared at aggregated level with the sector and the subsector. Because detailed companies' data are shown, the scorecard is confidential, meaning it can be accessed only by the company on the data reporting portal, the same way they access the survey, basically. We kindly suggesting companies to keep the scorecard confidential. We think it's a great tool to share the improvement and the progress made with internal teams, with C-suite, CEO, board. And there are 2 versions of the scorecard, the standard and the advanced. Standard is for all participants, while advanced is only for Textile Exchange and Sustainable Apparel Coalition members. And the additional value of the advanced scorecard is that the benchmarking against sector and subsectors for specific questions and charts is shown, and there is an impact modeling tool that we have developed with Climate Plus team. Why is the scorecard, the confidential scorecard, important? So first of all, we think that it's key to understand the company's performance and benchmark against sector and subsector. So it answers the question, how did I perform compared to my peers, to my competitors, to the whole sector, to, for example, a specific subsector such as homeware or apparel, footwear. Then it's supporting identifying specific areas where meaningful improvements can be made, and support informed decision in line with the best practice framework. This is mainly highlighted, so how to improve is mainly highlighted by section, subsection, and question scores. Of course, where there are lower score, it's a clear flag of the fact there is room for improvement. Intent scorecard helps participants in understanding if they have progress through the years, which raw materials they have been sourcing mostly, and if their definition of priority has changed. These give the possibility for companies to reflect and deep dive in each specific priority raw material, while during the year, for example, they don't have time or resources to deep dive in such a detailed analysis. I leave the floor now to Francesca, who will provide a short demo of the scorecard, so you see how it looked like this year.
Thank you, Chiara. Hello, everyone. I'm Francesca, and now I'm bringing you through this quick demo of the scorecard that hopefully it will be useful to understand better how the scorecard looks like. So this is the index page. So on the top, we can see we have like general information about the reporting company. And on the top right, 2 badges could appear. The first one is if the reporting company is a Textile exchange member, and the other one is about it shows the performance spending of the reporting company. Note that this second one will appear only if the company will complete the entire survey. Then we have the commitment. In blue, we can see highlighted the initiatives in which the reporting company is taking part. And then we have the section about the score. The first part is about the overall score. So here we can see the score achieved by the reporting company out of the total score. And we also have like average score at 3 levels: sector, subsector, and company size level. Note that for suppliers, subsector will not be showing since it's not applicable. And on the right, we also have the definition of the performance spending achieved by the company. If we scroll down, then we have still the scoring, but for each specific section, so business integration, circular economy, materials portfolio, and impact areas. Then we have the priority raw materials graph. This is the main part, let's say, of the index page. We have these two graphs. The first one on the left shows the year-on-year uptake data. Only for priority material, we have the overall portfolio since 2019 to 2022, divided for conventional, preferred, and recycled raw material. On the right, we still have the year-on-year uptake data only for priority raw materials, but here are shown all the raw material reported by the company. The last part of the index page is about the impact modeling. In particular, this will be showing only for the advanced scorecard. We have two graphs. The first one is about the emissions and the second one about the water consumptions. And we also have the intensity. Intensity have been calculated by dividing the total emission or the total water consumption for the total uptake in metric tons for the reporting company. So let's go on. By going in the navigation panel, we can change and going on the specific section. Let's go directly to the material portfolio. So that is the main part. All the sections are structured the same. The first part is about like a brief description of the section, and then we have the scoring for that specific section. And the first part about the material portfolio is about like the material portfolio of the reporting company. So here are listed all the raw material reported by the company with the detail of the status. So if that raw material is priority or non-priority for the reporting company, then the uptake in metric tons, and also the weight in percentage of that specific raw material on the overall material portfolio, and also detail of percentage of preferred, recycled, and conventional. Then we have these two interesting graphs. Those show the uptake at sector level of all the participants of the in the survey, divided again in recycled, conventional, and preferred. Let's go to another section. In particular, for each priority raw material, we will have a deep dive section which show detailed results for that specific raw material. So for example, this is cotton. And again, on the top, we have like the scoring and the average score. But let's go directly to the graph. Those are the most interesting one. And yeah, the first graph is about the cotton portfolio trend of that of the reporting company, and shows the trend of the uptake of the cotton along the years. Divided for conventional, preferred, and recycled. On the right, we have this donut chart that show the cotton portfolio only for 2022, And it shows also the percentage of each program reported for the company. The table below just sum up the data that we have just seen in these two graphs. Another interesting part is this preferred portfolio table. Indeed, it represents the top 5 preferred programs reported by the cohort. And in yellow, you can also see highlighted those programs reported also by the reporting company. Note that here, as Chiara said, we have the opportunity to switch from sector to subsector level, and this is only for advanced scorecard. Okay, for companies that also reported recycled raw material, we also have a recycled portfolio, which show important information about the recycled content and the recycling process. Let's go to the last part. So here, for each priority raw material, impact modeling is showing, again, only for advanced scorecard. The first graph is about the total emission divided for conventional and preferred, and the second one about the estimated water consumption. Okay, this is all about the demo. So I hope that was everything pretty clear. Just a quick last note that for further information, we also have included some info button where companies can click and see like further information, but we also have built a new guidance that is more visual and immediate for the companies. Only last point that I want to flag, that the index page and the material portfolio section is also downloadable for the companies, so they can download it and share it internally. Let's go back to the presentation now, and let's go on with another result, which is the Climate Plus dashboard. This has been newly implemented this year together with the Climate Plus team. And yeah, in particular, I would also like to say a big thank you to Felicity and Eleni for the support on developing this, and and for working on this. This dashboard has the aim of represent the analysis on greenhouse gases emission and water consumption for all the cohort, so for all the participants in the survey this year, so brands, retailers, suppliers, and manufacturers. Data are presented in an aggregated way, and information are public, so you can find them on our website. Okay, I will pass over to Chiara again, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Francesca. Okay, perfect. Another results that we're going to have a look at is the material change index. The material changing index, again, has been historically part of the materials benchmark, and it provides valuable insights into the performance of companies that have chosen to be featured. This is really important to say because it's publicly available on the website, and brands can decide to be listed or not. So it's entirely up to them to decide that. And it shows a company performance spendings and scores for each completed section and priority raw materials reported. Why the material change is important, material change index is important because it's a public listing that celebrates participating brands and retailers in a name and fame manner. It drives the race to the top, and of course it shows commitment to transparency and accountability, and it's also bring companies in the spotlight, under the spotlight. So it's really important to thank this company that are committed to transparency and accountability. I'm going to share my screen with the MCI so we can have a look together. So this is the current MCI. So we recently launched it for the 2023 data. We updated the MCI a little bit because in line with the new survey, the new materials benchmark program. As you can see here, you can 130 companies decided to be listed. So not all of them are here, and it's really user-friendly because you can use different filters to look for specific companies. So company size, fiber and material, so which fiber and material they reported, the reporting, so meaning the different performance spending. So it's really user-friendly in this case. And then here it's the proper index, which the name of the company, the overall performance spending, the different score for each of the sections. If it's gray out, it means that the company did not complete the specific section. And then here it's the top 8 most reported raw materials by the cohort, so by brands and retailers. This means that the most were reported at this one. And then you can click on a specific company name and see some details. Here, just have like a little bit of description. If a company is a member of Textile Exchange, the performance spending. We added this new box that is showing which commitment that specific company signed up for, and the different sections. Here you will also see the specific raw materials score with the sector average and subsector average. So it's a summary of the scorecard that Francesca just showed us, and it is something that again is publicly available on the website. I think that's the most of the MCI. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Claire, and I'm going to share the presentation back.
Thank you, Chiara. Hi, everyone. I'm Claire, and yeah, we're going to jump into the challenges dashboard since it's another result of the program, because we are the reporting platform for the 2 2025 challenges, the Sustainable Cotton Challenge and the Recycled Polyester Challenge. The dashboards basically feature aggregated data of the signatories to track their progress towards the 2025 targets. So the goal being to increase the share of preferred materials in their portfolios. Unfortunately, the updated dashboards will be live later this week, so we won't be able to show you the updates. But what we're going to do is to show where you can access the dashboard in the Textile Exchange website, so you can have a look later this week when they are updated. So when you are on the Textile Exchange website, you can go click on Take Action at the top of the window, then click on Participate in Material Commitments. And when you reach the material page, let's wait, you can scroll down until you reach, scroll down, a bit down, and you can, yeah, this one, we are tracking progress together. And this is the page where the dashboards will be updated. So we have worked on a few updates this year. Hopefully they will be clearer. Let us know if you have any feedback or comments. And I think that's all for the challenges. So I'm now going to leave the floor to Jessie on the data reports.
Thank you so much, Claire. I think we're back to the slides. So hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Jessica, benchmark manager for those that don't know me. So we are coming to the last result, last but not least, which is the materials benchmark report in plural, because we have the one for brands and retailers, and for the first time ever, we have also the one for suppliers and manufacturers. As it was mentioned at the beginning, suppliers and manufacturers survey was moved out of pilot this year. So we wanted to capture the outcomes and make it also public. these reports are going to be launched very soon. So stay tuned, please. So both reports also are going to be publicly available. They will be on the website under the benchmark section, of course, and also in the materials benchmark hub community. All the data that you're going to find is going to be aggregated at sector and subsector level. So we are not sharing, of course, any sensitive data. Also, both reports provides an overview of how the cohort is moving towards adopting more preferred materials based on the data from the materials benchmark survey. And also this year, we worked very hard to make it much more factual and also clear. And what's important in these two reports? So you will see that we follow the structure of the survey. So you will get the current state of play per section based on the data provided. We also highlight the cohort's progress in sourcing preferred raw materials. And also in alignment with our Climate Plus strategy, we explore how participants are integrating climate and nature into the overall strategy, and also how they are working towards a circular economy. Tomorrow, as you might know, we have our external webinar, and we are going to be sharing in that webinar more about the different sections for brands and suppliers. So we really encourage you also to join. So to give you some space for a Q&A, we're going to stop here with the different outcomes of the benchmark, and we're going to move to the Q&A in case you have any questions that you want to address. Thank you so much. So feel free to maybe unmute yourself and ask the questions. Also, you can drop them in the chat.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kick off with, I'm gonna ask my own question and answer it, but I'm sure we might get this, especially from the industry engagement team, when the confidential scorecards will be on Salesforce. So they will be on Salesforce in the coming weeks. I do just want to remind everybody about the data privacy that we have. So although the links are on Salesforce, we do ask that you only view the scorecards. So you shouldn't cut and paste the link. They shouldn't be shared internally with team members, especially not externally. If a member says that they can't access their scorecard, contact someone from our team or just tell them to log on to the portal. But yeah, the link should stay on Salesforce and not be shared internally with the team. So that's a question and an answer. But yeah, and I will make an announcement of when they are live on Salesforce through Yammer probably, or company announcement. But yeah, that's still a work in progress. So we have questions. Is there a way to determine leading players per fiber? So Sandra, yeah, is there a way to determine the leading players per fiber material? So yeah, we can actually do that via the MCI. I'm not sure who's sharing the screen anymore. Who is it, Chiara?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. I'm sharing the MCI again.
Sorry, if you just pop back to the MCI.
Yeah, sure.
The filter functions, and I'll let you go for it, Chiara.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I'm just doing cotton. Sorry, let me reset it. Okay. Sorry, just let me understand why. Okay, this is okay. Yeah, no, sorry, it is working. The thing is, everyone reported cotton. Let me do another material. Okay, yeah. So for example, these are the company that reported cashmere. And no, because I have to reset filters because I'm selecting cotton. Sorry. Okay, let me edit again. Yeah, okay. So these are the companies that reported cashmere, and you can see there is the single score reported at cashmere level. So you can see who perform like the highest, I think it's 3. And yeah, the lowest, of course, is 1. So who got the highest score for the specific raw material, but it's only for these top 8.
But then, Chiara, if you click on cashmere, it does it in order. So if you click on the cashmere, click. So then it's put all of the
I did
first.
yeah, sorry, in order, yeah.
You can order them, so you can see who the top is. So yeah, C&A, H&M in the cashmere. So you can actually filter on the actual fibre and raw material itself. Did that answer your question, Sandra, or confused you more? But essentially it's all publicly available. So yeah, it's on that one. And another question from Lee. Oh, where did it go? Sorry. Is it confusing to benchmark users separate recycled preferred and merge it in others on the dashboard? Has it been this way the whole time? Yes, it has been the way the whole time. So our preferred is actually split out into conventional, recycled and preferred. And I believe the reason for the recycled started for the recycled polyester challenge, and we needed the recycled data. So it's sort of a legacy thing. But yeah, I mean, something maybe we can look at for the improvements for 2025. But yeah, it has always been split out, conventional, preferred, recycled. Yeah, good. Something to think about. Another question from Celeste. Can you go back into the work done with the Climate Plus team? Do we have the dashboard? Sorry, can you go to the dashboard, Chiara? Or Francesca? Sorry, who was sharing the screen?
Francesca, if you have it open, if you want to share it.
Okay, can you see my screen? Yes. Okay, yeah, this is the dashboard. So if you want to see the data just for the benchmark participant, you can assess through here, and here by clicking benchmark participants. Here you can select the area of impact that you want to see the data about, so greenhouse gases or water. And yeah, the first part is about, in this case, greenhouse gases for brands and retailers. So we have like a deep dive on the different sector or different raw material. And just below we have the results for suppliers and manufacturer, only with the detail of materials categories. And if we go to the water one, again, by clicking benchmark participants, we have on the top general results, and then a deep dive on different fields, so like water consumption, water scarcity, and so on, and different detailed graph. I would suggest to read the info button for like more information about how the graph were built, and also the footnotes of the graph. And yeah, this is the water. And yeah, just a quick note, here you can filter if you want to see the information for brands and retailer or for suppliers. I hope that this replied to the question.
Thank you. We have another question from Biko. What is the percentage of participating companies that are returning versus using the tool for the first time? Great question. So we actually have 83% retention from last year. So the 394 companies, and again, believe that was 182 survey submissions. And then we had 21 new participants this year. As with every year, there are dropouts for a number of reasons. There were a few brands that decided not to take part in the challenges. Some companies actually don't exist anymore, went into administration. So there is often a flux, but yeah, we had some dropout, but we still had a record number this year. So 83% retention is we're quite pleased with that for this year.
I can pick Celeste's last question. So if we have stakeholder outreach to do by Fiverr, is it possible to see the score for those who aren't reporting publicly on the MCI? And the answer is yes, Celeste, you can go to the scorecard. If you open the scorecard, you will see the score for each priority raw material the company reported. So you have access to all the participants, not only the MCI. The MCI are just publicly available while the scorecard is confidential.
Any other questions? We have 3 minutes, but yeah, any questions that we haven't answered or? Anything from the team?
I just want to remind everyone that we keep the hub updated. So with all the documents, updates, when the results are published or released, when the next cycle is launching. So if you want to be updated on the materials benchmark, just have a look at the community as well on the hub.
I see that a question came in from Sandra. Yes. She asks, does this show we're on our way to meeting our goals?
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I couldn't unmute myself again.
Go, Chiara.
Sorry, Haley, go on.
No, you go. Oh, yeah, that would be tracked in the Climate Plus dashboard. That's a great question. Sorry, Francesca. Can you share the screen again? But yeah, the information will be there. So, as Jessie mentioned, the reports focus predominantly on the progress to preferred. But yeah, to see if we're meeting our targets, it should be in the Climate Plus dashboard. How do we identify that?
I think that this is just actual data. We do not have like a specific part about meeting the targets or not, but maybe we can, discuss this with the Climate Plus team. Maybe they have more information about this.
Yeah, good flag. I'll get back to you on that one, Sandra.
And Haley, there is another question that is on comms, so it's definitely you.
Oh, me.
What would be our public message with this release? Thank you.
So we haven't actually done a big communications on the Climate Plus dashboard or the challenges. Would there be hopefully a bigger sort of announcement with the data reports? We have announced it through the communities and we've used the hub. So yeah, we've predominantly just gone through the hub for the announcements, but yeah, with the data reports, hoping for more of a comms outreach on that one. So to be decided, I think that the message.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we needed to sign off a bit early because there's another webinar, but if you have any questions for me or the team, we're always here. They're a friendly bunch, so feel free to reach out. And yeah, thank you all for joining and for joining today.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a lovely day.